Another day, another story. Did you know pizza took the United States by storm before it became popular in its native Italy? Pizza has a long history. Welcome to Tabo Eminent Channel. Flatbreads with toppings were consumed by the ancient Egyptians, Romans, and Greeks. The latter ate a version with herbs and oil, similar to today's focaccia. But the modern birthplace of pizza is southwestern Italy's Campania region, home to the city of Naples. Founded around 600 BC as a Greek settlement, Naples in the 1700s and early 1800s was a thriving waterfront city. Technically an independent kingdom, it was notorious for its throngs of working poor, or lazzaroni. The closer you got to the bay, the denser their population, and much of their living was done outdoors, sometimes in homes that were little more than a room, says Karol Helstowski, author of Pizza, a Global History and Associate Professor of History at the University of Denver. These Neapolitans required inexpensive food that could be consumed quickly. Pizza, flatbreads with various toppings, eaten for any meal and sold by street vendors or informal restaurants, met this need. Judgmental Italian authors often called their eating habits disgusting, Helstowski notes. These early pizzas consumed by Naples' poor featured the tasty garnishes beloved today, such as tomatoes, cheese, oil, anchovies, and garlic. Italy unified in 1861, and King Umberto I and Queen Margherita visited Naples in 1889. Legend has it that the traveling pair became bored with their steady diet of French haute cuisine and asked for an assortment of pizzas from the city's Pizzeria Brandi, the successor to De Pietro Pizzeria, founded in 1760. The variety the Queen enjoyed most was called pizza mozzarella, a pie topped with soft white cheese, red tomatoes and green basil. Perhaps it was no coincidence that her favorite pie featured the colors of the Italian flag. From then on, the story goes, that particular topping combination was dubbed Pizza Margherita. Queen Margherita's blessing could have been the start of an Italy-wide pizza craze. But pizza would remain little known in Italy beyond Naples' borders until the 1940s. An ocean away, though, immigrants to the United States from Naples were replicating their crusty pizzas in New York and other American cities, including Trenton, New Haven, Boston, Chicago, and St. Louis. The Neapolitans were coming for factory jobs, as did millions of Europeans in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. They weren't seeking to make a culinary statement. But relatively quickly, the flavors and aromas of pizza began to intrigue non-Neapolitans and non-Italians. One of the first documented United States pizzerias was G. for Gennaro, Lombardi's on Spring Street in Manhattan, licensed to sell pizza in 1905. Prior to that, the dish was homemade or purveyed by unlicensed vendors. Lombardi's, still in operation today though no longer at its 1905 location, has the same oven as it did originally, notes food critic John Mariani, author of How Italian Food Conquered the World. Debates over the finest slice in town can be heated, as any pizza fan knows. But Mariani credited 3 East Coast pizzerias with continuing to churn out pies in the century-old tradition: Totonno's, Coney Island, Brooklyn, opened 1924, Mario's, Arthur Avenue, the Bronx, opened 1919, and Pepe's, New Haven, opened 1925. As Italian Americans, and their food, migrated from city to suburb, east to west, especially after World War II, pizza's popularity in the United States boomed. No longer seen as an ethnic treat, it was increasingly identified as fast, fun food. Regional, decidedly non-Neapolitan variations emerged, eventually including California gourmet pizzas topped with anything from barbecued chicken to smoked salmon. Post-war pizza finally reached Italy and beyond. Like blue jeans and rock and roll, the rest of the world, including the Italians, picked up on pizza just because it was American, explains Mariani. Today international outposts of American chains like Domino's and Pizza Hut thrive in about 60 different countries. Reflecting local tastes, global pizza toppings can run the gamut from Gouda cheese in Curaçao to hard-boiled eggs in Brazil. Ancient roots, bread, tomato, flatbreads with toppings. Ancient civilizations like the Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans prepared flatbreads with various toppings, which can be considered precursors to modern pizza. Roman era. The Romans had a dish called placenta, a flatbread layered with cheese, honey, and bay leaves. Modern pizza in Naples, Italy. Italy. The modern pizza, as we know it today, originated in Naples, Italy, during the 18th and early 19th centuries. It was a simple dish made by the poor, featuring flatbread topped with tomatoes, cheese, oil, and other ingredients. Margherita pizza, artist palette. In 1889, Raffaele Esposito, a Neapolitan pizzaiolo, pizza maker, is credited with creating the pizza margherita to honor Queen Margherita of Savoy. The toppings, tomato, red, mozzarella, white, and basil, green, represented the Italian flag. Thus, while pizza has ancient roots, its modern form is largely credited to the culinary traditions of Naples. Africa, slice of pizza. The ancient beginnings. Egyptians, Greeks, and Persians. The earliest versions of pizza trace back to ancient civilizations. Egyptians are thought to have first developed the concept of leavened bread over 6,000 years ago. Meanwhile, the Persians during the reign of King Darius I, 6th century BCE, baked flatbreads on their shields and topped them with cheese and dates. Greek contribution. Greeks ate a flatbread called plakos, which was topped with herbs, onions, and garlic, closely resembling modern focaccia. The tomatoes' journey to Italy. Tomatoes arrive in Europe. After being brought from the Americas in the 16th century, tomatoes were initially thought to be poisonous in Europe. By the 18th century, they became a staple in Italian cuisine, especially among the poor in Naples. Naples, birthplace of pizza. Neapolitans began using tomatoes as a topping for their simple flatbreads, creating the foundation for modern pizza. Street vendors sold these pizzas as a cheap, filling meal for workers. Pizza Margherita and the royal connection. Crown. In 1889, Queen Margherita of Savoy visited Naples. She grew curious about the food of the common people and summoned Raffaele Esposito, a renowned pizzaiolo, to prepare pizzas for her. Esposito created 3 types of pizzas, but the queen favored one topped with tomatoes, red, mozzarella, white, and basil, green, representing the Italian flag. This pizza was named Pizza Margherita in her honor. Pizza goes global. Africa, Italian immigration. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Italian immigrants brought pizza to the United States. The first pizzeria in the U.S., Lombardi's, opened in New York City in 1905. World War II. American soldiers stationed in Italy during World War II developed a taste for pizza and helped popularize it when they returned home. The modern pizza revolution. Slice of pizza, frozen pizza. In the 1950s, frozen pizza was introduced, making it more accessible worldwide. Varieties and fusion. Today, pizza has transformed into a global dish with countless regional variations, from Chicago deep dish to New York style, to creative toppings like pineapple in Hawaii or seafood in Japan. Cultural impact. Pizza is now one of the world's most beloved dishes, celebrated with festivals, world records, and its own day, National Pizza Day, February 9th in the US. Despite its global adaptations, traditional Neapolitan pizza remains protected by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage. So, while the story of pizza started thousands of years ago, its journey continues as it evolves and conquers hearts everywhere. Thanks for watching. Request you to subscribe the channel.